Roger is just like such a good character. He's in his late 80s now, and he grew up in sort of suburban Texas, went to college and med school in Texas. His first job out of residency was like at a fancy suburban hospital near Dallas, but he really wanted to be a rural doctor. He knew that that was a much harder life, but he felt very called to that kind of work, and he talks about it as a calling. He's a super philosophical guy, and he cries very easily, and he moved to Riverton, Wyoming in 1979, just saying, like, this is where I want to dedicate my entire life. And he did incredible work there. Like, he saw generations of people where he delivered a baby and then took care of that person their entire life and delivered that person's babies as well. Knew everybody in town. It's a town of 10,000 people. And the hospital had been a for-profit model for a long time. For-profit hospitals are obviously very controversial, but like for the most part, it was working fine for them. But it was taken over by Apollo Global Management, another one of the big giants of PE, and pretty immediately they just started getting their services stripped. So they lost their ability to deliver babies at the hospital. Now again, the nearest hospital beyond them is 30 miles away. And if you can't deliver a baby for 30 miles, and that hospital was owned by the same private equity firm. So they did have an obstetrician on staff, but they had scaled back too. So if anything went wrong, you were getting on a medevac flight to somewhere that still had like a robust operation. Medevac flights out of that county after the private equity acquisition increased 900 and something percent. So it really was devastating people's abilities to get the most basic standard of care, and it was just destroying Roger because again, he had dedicated his entire life to this place. And I won't spoil the ending because it's like the most dramatic story in the book, but he and his neighbors banded together to like approach this problem in a way that I think anybody looking in would have said was incredibly naive. I did, and really like paid off in a pretty remarkable way.